Good morning and welcome to my half marathon video. I can't believe it's here. Crazy. It's currently 4:30. Just got dressed. This is my outfit. Cutting here just to show you everything I got from the expo. I got this bag and the shirt. This is my little number, and that's my corral. I'm in G. I thought I was in H, but I'm in G, so I'm kind of nervous, but it's fine. We've got stickers. These were just freebies, and then these sugar packets. I think they're like hydration sugar packets. I don't really know. I just picked them up anyway, and then obviously safety pins. It's a small haul, but I'm so excited. Here is my flat lay. So we've got our goos. I got an extra one just in case. Safety pins, bib, running vest. I did decide to wear this. We've got puffs, band-aids, body glide, hand sanitizer, sunscreen, honey stinger, gummy worms for energy. And then we've got my hat. It's foldable, so if I want to take it off, I can just put it in my vest. My leggings, I decided to wear the Lululemon ones that are pilling, but that's okay as long as they don't break. I like the color too much. And then we've got Nike tank top and Nike bra. Oh, and features socks. I'm a little nervous, but I'm also just trying to not think about it because, like, I want to get this thing done and I don't want to panic about it. I've done the work. Oh, I'm also eating some gummy worms, sugary gummy worms, because apparently this is going to help me. I don't think most people are wearing vests, but you know what? I want to do things the way I want to do it. These are the shoes I'm wearing. Just me and you now, and the rest of us. I'm going too fast, I can tell. Listening to Miss Americana while passing Soldier Field. 2 weeks till Eras. Time for number 1.
is so good, but I'm not mad about it. Just a 5K left. Getting down to the wire. My time is also way better than I thought it would be, which is weird, but good. Y'all, I'm hitting my rough patch. I got 2 left, but I am exhausted. I gotta keep pushing through. I'm gonna go easy at mile 12 and push it at mile 13, I think.
Here we go. Here's some questionably cold water. It might give you heartburn. There you go.
Bananas. Bananas are the best.
Just gotta check her off. The last one. We did it. Every single one of these is done. Gotta hang her up where she belongs. 13.1. All right, bibs up. It's time for our last in-depth, thorough review. So, according to my watch, my total time was 2:47:40. According to the website, it was 2:50. Average time according to my watch was 12:30. Average time according to my watch was 12:30. Average time according to the official time was 13:03. So either way, it is 30 seconds versus a full minute, over a minute better. So I PR'd both ways. My phone and watch said 13.4, and obviously it's 13.1. You may wonder, why did it say 13.4? I stopped it when I went to the bathroom, so it was not because of that. I looked it up, and it's because I was zigzagging a lot when I started run walking more than running. I was zigzagging, people were zigzagging around me, and when you zigzag, you're not going in a straight line, so you will go more miles. It's enough to build up a certain amount, and for me, it was 0.3 of a mile's worth, I guess. So that's why my times were better. According to my watch. Obviously you can't get splits I mean, you can, I guess, get splits if you like do a certain race that tracks you every mile, but that's not how this worked. So my splits are from my watch. Average heart rate 164. Just wait until you hear the heart rate zones because I really pushed myself. Splits 10:44. That first mile, I was breezy, but I was also like, you're going too fast. You're going way too fast. You need to slow down. And people were still overtaking me like a lot. I'm sure you saw that. Second mile was 13:13. It was more like 10:45, but I stopped in line. I was like, I'm not going to pause it. And then I decided to pause it because people decided to take the longest time in the bathroom. There were only 2 bathrooms, and I swear every person took like 2 minutes, and there were like 5 people in front of me. And I was like, oh, my time is screwed, but I had to go. And that was the only time I went. So it was good that I went when I did, and the lines got longer further on, so it was my best available option. So 13:13, and that is also why I had 250 for my 13.1. I would have done better if I had not gone to the bathroom, but I had to go to the bathroom. So like, I did the best I could. I went to the bathroom before the race, but then I still had to go by the time my corral got through the start line. So just doing the best I can. Anyway, mile 3, 10:45. So we were back in the 10s for a while. Then mile 4, I really slowed myself down. 12:19, I took my goo then. Mile 5, 11:36. Mile 6, 12:22. Mile 7, 12:47. Mile 8, 12:05. Those first 8 miles, I was just cruising. I was running. I wasn't really taking a lot of walking breaks. I was just enjoying myself. Mile 9 is where everything turned. And that's like the common area where you will turn. Had to start walking a lot more than running. So 9, 13:04, 10, 13:33, 11, 13:16, 12, 13:48. Those 4 miles, I was like, you need to walk a lot now so that you can run at the end. Like, I was just losing steam. I started getting a little dizzy, not dizzy enough to faint or anything, but like every time I started getting just like a little bit dizzy and hazed, I was like, you gotta walk. I'm not gonna faint and ruin this. I need to finish this thing. So I just kind of like took it easy. Mile 13, 12:51, and then 14, 12:52. Heart rate zones. I was in zone 1 for 1 minute and 56 seconds. I was in zone 2 for 13 minutes and 24 seconds, which is like nothing, and you're supposed to run in zone 2 for most of the time, but I did not do that. I was in zone 3 for 1 hour, 16 minutes and 8 seconds, and zone 4 for 1 hour, 15 minutes and 29 seconds. Yeah, so this was definitely one that pushed me. I'm at like 0% right now, even after constant water, food, sugar, beer, all of that. Still exhausted. There's nothing I can do. I'm gonna shower obviously, but there's nothing I can do. And then I was in zone 5 for 13 seconds. So that's the summary, and that's the last summary of this whole thing that you are going to get. We did 12 weeks, we did 3 runs per week. We did every single one. And this is the last one of week 12. It's the real thing. The only other stats I will share with you is my training stats. So, total time I spent training was 41 hours, 4 minutes, and 17 seconds. That's almost 2 straight days. Total miles without the half marathon, 192.44. Best average time that I had was my 5K I did, and it was 10:22 a mile. It was only 3 miles, so it makes sense. Total runs, not including the half. Again, all of this does not include the half. 36 runs, and then 12 weeks. Let me just preface this whole thing by saying none of this data includes the half. I was in zone 5 for essentially 0%. I was in it a little bit, so like under 1% is what it really was. I was mostly in zone 2, which is good. That's what you want. And clearly it did me well because I PR'd my half marathon based off of the time trial I did. Heart rate zones, you can just kind of see here which runs I prioritized which zone. A lot of the times I was in zone 3 though. Zone 3 was like my best buddy. Obviously zone 2, on those days I really tried to prioritize that. Those are high. Tempo runs, a lot of the time I was in zone 4 because I was trying to go fast. Then towards the end I just, like, obviously with week 11 and 12 I was tapering, so I was like, you can't go fast, you're gonna go like easy on yourself, hence the zone 3. Easy runs, I did a good job. Week 11 it was a little less than zone 1, but that's okay. For the most part they overtook every other zone, give or take a couple of runs. Long runs, we've got
mostly zone 4, zone 3 and 4. Makes sense. Again, pushing myself. So that's the good thing. I was in zone 3 and 4 for the most part on my practices and on my long runs, so it makes sense why I would be in zone 3 and 4 on the half. And I didn't feel like I was pushing myself that much until mile 9. Mile 9 is where everything just kind of halted. Again, purple is the tempo, and those are obviously smaller because I did better time-wise on those days. Usually my worst times would be my zone 2 because I had to slow down a lot. And then there's also a line graph of that. Tempo runs is a line graph. As you can see, I was started out pretty well because I was mostly doing shorter tempo runs before. And then as the weeks went on, I started getting worse at it. So I kind of had that dip up and then I dipped down again and then kind of like plateaued a little bit. Best I've ever done on a tempo was an 8:51, but that was only 1 mile. Easy runs, again, it doesn't really matter for easy runs, but you can see that I got faster towards the end with my easy runs. Like, I started out with zone 2 so high in my time, and it was like very frustrating in the beginning. I was like, I hate this. I have to keep stopping because my heart rate goes up, and now I can pretty much just run really slowly and like still be in zone 2. So I struggle with it still a little bit, but it's gotten easier because I've prioritized it. So I'm glad that I did. Long runs again, overall they kind of stayed the same. They dipped up and down a little bit, but I mean, I know I got better of each week in here, so it's a little hairy to see, but you can see that like I start really well and then I like immediately go up on mile 2. I'm like, oh, I went too hard, I need to slow down. And then I like take my break, and then mile 3 I'm like, I can get back into it. And then mile 4 I'm like, ah. So I kind of go up and down a little bit. I don't go negative splits is kind of like a goal a lot of people have, and I tried that, but it just didn't work. I get so excited in the beginning and I want to do well, but then I tire myself out. Easy runs, I mean, again, we do have the curve. It's just a general thing that I tend to do, but it ends up going back down, so not the worst thing ever. Long runs, we stay pretty consistent. I mean, again, you go up and down a little bit, but like essentially staying around the same time, whether it be better or worse, is good. First versus last tempo runs, as you can tell, week 1, I was like in the 9 and then the 11, but week 12, it was 4 miles. I was able to keep a consistent effort. Even though I started a little bit higher, I was consistently faster versus like doing a really good mile and then doing a bad mile. I was able to do like a okay mile, a not so good mile, and then 2 good miles. Easy runs, again, I definitely got better. You can see like I go up with the first one. Long runs, technically my last was the half, but I still did better on week 11's long run than I did on week 1. I started lower. I ended worse, but I'm okay with that, TBH, because I was better for the most part. Like, my average is lower. I have not put in my real one yet. You guys will see that right now, but what I'm looking at is just the trial. I slayed this so much better than the trial. Like, I just had a lot of problems that day. It was rainy, it was humid, I was wet, I was exhausted. I was like, there was a lot going on and I just couldn't push myself. I think being around a lot of people helped me go faster. It just kind of has that effect sometimes. I mean, obviously at the end it didn't matter, I was exhausted, but still. 5Ks at tempo, green is the later one. That's funny. It doesn't correlate the way that you would think. Like, I actually did worse on the 5K on week 12. But yeah, my 5Ks kind of got worse, or at least they started. I learned to start at like a slower pace and then it would go down. So like overall, they're the same, maybe. I don't know. They weren't like, I wasn't focusing on 5Ks. So they're just kind of there. I got a lot better at the 10K, which is good because, I mean, today when I was running, like, you could do a 10K or a half. I did really well up and, well, a little past the 10K point, but I was like slaying from like miles 1 to 7. So I was like, I could have done this 10K and like nailed it really well. So I need to do a 10K soon because I haven't actually done a race 10K. I've done like virtual 10Ks and stuff. Before I finish this, I thought I would show you my little haul of the merch that I got, because of course I bought merch because it was my first half marathon, so I'm gonna do that. They gave us like a cold towel and I just took it with me. Got 2 t-shirts because I couldn't decide. I also have the one that they gave us, so now I have 3 shirts, but you know, it's my first one and I don't know. They weren't expensive compared to like the Disney stuff. Oh my gosh, I was expecting them to be Disney prices and they were not. So, purple shirt, I thought it was very cute and feminine. Just says finisher, and then the back has the little back part. This shirt is blue. It's got the same back, but I like that it has a little skyline on here, and like this is giving Navy Pier kind of. I got this hat. It's like a tech hat, and I do have a pink hat, but I figured why not get a tech hat, and I'm realizing now it has a little stain on it, but I think I can take that off. It's lightweight. It's way cuter than, I mean, I liked the other ones, but I'm a pink girly. So yeah, thanks. This is for my car. I am that annoying person. I don't care. I am proud of myself. And then I got this little pin because I saw they had pins at the checkout and I was like, why not? And that's gonna wrap up not only this video, but this entire series. So if you were with me through this whole thing, thank you for coming with. I hope I inspired you in some way, because the reason I did this was just as I was finishing the video, my camera died. It did last the whole thing on 1 battery, so props to it. I hope that if you stuck around with me, you were inspired in some way, because that was my goal with this whole thing, was to inspire other people to get into this, because when I was in high school, I could not run a single mile. It was painful. They had tried to have us run 10-minute miles, and I was literally like, I had exercise-induced asthma. I still do sometimes if I push myself too hard. Haven't had it in a while because I've trained myself. I just didn't think it was possible. I didn't think I had it in me, and then I proved myself wrong. So if you think you can't do it, don't tell yourself that, because you don't know. You could do it. Take that from me, and I hope you guys just have a great rest of your day. And I guess I'll just see you the next time I see you. I don't have anything planned right now, so might be a while, but thanks so much for watching, and yeah, bye.